For some reason, so many people love the idea of owning a smoothie franchise. And this is the second one in this series that we have done one of these reviews on. So today we're going to talk about Smoothie King. We'll break down their sales, we'll break down their startup costs, their fees, and a little bit more about the brand and how they got started so that you can answer the question of, hey, is a Smoothie King something that I would want to own? Would it make sense for me? Would it be a good investment? Would it be something that I could build my franchise empire with? Well, that's exactly what we're going to answer in today's video. If you're new here, my name is Tarek Johnson. I am the CEO and founder of Franchise Empire, where we have helped hundreds and hundreds of people find, vet, and launch proven money-making franchises. So let's talk about Smoothie King. Now, maybe about just a few years ago, Smoothie King was the enemy. Because I owned multiple juice and smoothie franchises. So if you said Smoothie King, I would have chopped you in the side of your neck. But since I sold those locations, you are safe here. That's okay. No chopping of your neck is going to occur. But about the brand, founded in 1973 in Louisiana by a gentleman named Steve, who I cannot pronounce his last name. They started making smoothies to help manage his food allergies. And he's credited with coining the word smoothie and pioneering the modern smoothie bar back in 1973. Interesting. And then they were acquired by former franchisee Juan Kim in 2012, which is very interesting, which then led to massive growth and international expansion. So clearly Juan Kim was doing something right. That's pretty cool to go back and buy the brand that used to be a franchisee with. That's pretty epic. Kudos to him. Headquartered in Dallas, Texas, they are the official smoothie partner of the Dallas Cowgirls. Can you tell that I'm not a Cowgirls fan? Ladies and gentlemen, we are Commanders fans here at Franchise Empire, so if you don't like it, you can leave. But you know what? We're just going to stop the video. Actually, we're just going to stop it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so units open at the end of 2024, Smoothie King had 1,201 units open, including 1,149 franchise locations and 52 company-owned locations. That's surprising. I would not have guessed that they had 52 company-owned locations. Tropical Smoothie only has one. What that tells me is that if you're a franchisor, you have 52 company-open locations, you're able to relate to me better as a franchisee, because you run 50 locations, you know what it's like trying to meet those margins. And then the franchisor can use the corporate locations to pilot and test different things before rolling it out to franchisees, which is pretty cool. So here's our trivia for today's video. If you're new here, we do these trivias in all of these franchise review breakdown videos. So where did Smoothie King open its first international franchise, and what country? Take a guess in the comments below, and there might be a special prize for those of you that win. Maybe. All right, startup costs. Let's talk about the initial investment. So for an end cap or inline, right? So that's when you go into a shopping center. In the shopping center, there's all these stores next to each other. Inline is if you're in the middle, and end cap is clearly if you're on the end cap. One of the advantages to being on the end cap is that you could potentially have a drive-through that's built for the end cap, which is, you'll see that with a bunch of locations. You see that with Starbucks all the time. You got freestanding Starbucks, then you have Starbucks that are on an end cap. You'll actually have some Starbucks that are inline too. You rarely see those. And typically the ones with drive-throughs are just gonna do more in terms of sales because it's more convenient for people. So the end cap inline, $346,000 to $679,000 to get open. The drive-through locations, freestanding, $661,000 to $1.2 million to get up and open. Franchise fee ranges from 25 grand to 30 grand. There's actually a Smoothie King right across, or is it a Planet Smoothie? Might be a Planet Smoothie actually. But there is a Tropical Smoothie over there. There's a bunch of smoothie places. It's a very competitive industry, guys. You definitely got to be careful opening these sort of concepts because like the smoothie market, I don't know that the demand is not crazy. And if there's a bunch of competitors, I don't know. I would say just be careful. Ongoing fees, 6% royalty fee on sales, 3% marketing fee, $200 a month for the technology fee. Now, if you're thinking, I don't know if I want to open up a Smoothie King. Number one, cost too much money. Number two, I don't really want to be in food and be employing a bunch of teenagers. Number three, I don't want to be open 364 days a year. You see, this is speaking from experience, guys. But we have created our 5 low-cost franchises. It's a PDF of 5 low-cost franchises that all have documented proof of making $1 million or more in revenue and sales. You can go grab that PDF for free. The link will be down in the description below, or you can go to franchiseempire/low cost to grab it. So in terms of sales, what does it look like? How much money are these bad boys making? Well, the system-wide sales for the entire franchise system hit $728 million in 2024, which is pretty cool. Overall sales are up 6% from the previous year. Now, for the franchise locations, individually across 1,026 franchise units, they had full year of reporting. The average annual net sales came in at $659,000, with the top 10% of units averaging over $1 million in sales. So what I would say overall is based on how much it costs to get these bad boys open, I'm not seeing that it's aligning with the 2-to-1 sales to investment ratio. That just doesn't really seem to be great in terms of average sales, and food's already a low profit margin business. So, but I've owned smoothie places before, so I already am going to be biased and tell you to stay away from those sort of businesses. It just doesn't give you the best bang for your buck, in my opinion. For the top 50% of stores, most are doing roughly between $660,000 and $1.5 million, with the average of $880,000 for that top 50%. So, back to the trivia. Where was the first international location that they opened? If you guessed Canada, you were wrong. It's South Korea. Bet you didn't guess South Korea. Maybe you did. If you did, round of applause. That's your prize, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so if you enjoy these sort of videos where we break down the franchises, tell you about the brand, the history, how they got started, the startup cost, the fees, the sales, then check out this playlist. In this playlist, we have made videos and are making videos for all of the franchises on the Entrepreneur Top 500 list. Many brands that you've heard of and that you probably visit every day. So go click it, go watch some of those videos, subscribe down below, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one.